Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Chopping It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Well, listen, it was a quiet day in the NBA last night, but let's talk about the NFL. First, how can we begin without talking about Rex Ryan? Listen, as a Jet fan, I had some good seasons or good reasons to cheer for Rex Ryan when he was there. One thing I learned about Rex is a very, very good defensive mind. I'm not sure about him as a head coach. Players that love to play for him. He deflects all kind of attention from his players. He puts himself in front of the cameras, in front of his team. Therefore, you can't get to his players. But when it comes down to offense, he's not your guy. With that said, I'm not sure if Rex Ryan is actually head coach material. When he came on with the Jets, he hit it hard. He made some moves. He made some brash comments. And quite frankly, he backed it up. He took a rookie quarterback, a player who he drafted, traded up to get, and Mark Sanchez, when Pete Carroll at USC at the time said that he wasn't ready for the big leagues. I don't know if he was upset that Mark Sanchez left early and it may have hurt his program. But with that said, he came out and said he wasn't ready. Mark Sanchez was never a great quarterback. He never was a top 10 quarterback. But Mark Sanchez did help lead this team to back-to-back AFC Conference Championship games in his rookie and sophomore year. It was led by a Rex Ryan defense with Bart Scott and others, a young Revis. The guy knows how to coach defense. I thought Buffalo would be a perfect fit for him. When he got to Buffalo, he made some changes. He brought in Shady from Philly. And it looked like they may have had a better offense. They never had the quarterback he needed. Again, Buffalo had the defensive team kind of mirrored the Jets. I just thought that Buffalo would be able to soar under Rex Ryan. Buffalo failed to reach the playoffs in each of his seasons. And now he's fired. The question is, will Rex land on his feet with another head coaching job? Or will he take some time off? Or will he become another defensive coordinator? There's not going to be many in the game better than him when it comes down to defensive coordinators. Head coaching is still to be desired. My question to you is, guys, does the Los Angeles Rams take a chance with Rex Ryan? Rex Ryan is made for Hollywood. They're light years away, the Rams, for contending, but they have a defense over there. It's Hollywood. Do they need somebody that's going to be in front of the camera and give Oscar performances before and after games? Do they take a shot at Rex Ryan? Or does Rex Ryan sit out? Chip Kelly landed a job just like that. I don't know how, and I don't know why. But if he can land another job, so can Rex. I don't look for Rex to be unemployed long. Question is, will he receive another head coaching job? I think he will receive another opportunity. Can he coach? Sure. Is he 100% head coaching material? Probably not. But the guy can coach. I think he lands on his feet. I wouldn't hire him for a head coach. But he can always be my defensive coordinator. Staying with the NFL, the power rankings came out. Top 5, no surprises there. You have Dallas, New England, Kansas City, Oakland, Pittsburgh. No surprises. I think they have it right there. This is where it gets a little dicey for me. They have Seattle number 6. They have Atlanta number 7. They have the Giants number 8. I can't remember who they have number. And Green Bay. They have Green Bay number 8. The Giants number 9. And Detroit number 10. This is for me. Dallas, obviously. New England, Kansas City, Oakland, Pittsburgh. We go with the Falcons, then the Giants, then Green Bay, then Seattle. I'm a little down on Seattle. I don't think Seattle has the offense. They're losing defensive players left and right. They've lost some bad losses this year where it looked like they had some blowouts. I'm not really high on Seattle. I don't think Seattle can go to the Super Bowl. Uh, I like them ninth, just slightly ahead of Detroit. If it wasn't for back-to-back losses that Detroit suffered with Giants and Dallas, they probably would be higher. But they had two tough losses. Uh, I'm not that high on Seattle. But again, Dallas, New England, Kansas City, Oakland, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Giants, Green Bay, Seattle, Detroit. That rounds out my top 10. Uh, Still some games on the line this weekend. None bigger than probably the Green Bay Detroit Sunday night on New Year's Day. That is for all the marbles. That is for all the marbles. You got Washington. They got New York Giants at home. Question is well, the Giants can't move anywhere. They really secured the fifth spot. They're not moving around. Question is, are they going to play their guys? Are they going to play full speed, full tilt? Do they rest a few players? Do they play only in first half? This one here, to me, Washington should win. They should win. And all they need to do is win to get in. But I don't think the Giants will just lay down and let it happen. But it's a game set up just for Washington. They're still playing. I believe the game with Houston and Tennessee still have something on the line. So look for them to have a pretty good game. Tennessee will be missing their quarterback, Mariota, unfortunately. So there might be something on the line. You still have Kansas City that's playing for something. They're going to go on to San Diego. Question is, what San Diego team shows up? Does Phillip Rivers just try to bounce back from being the only team to lose to the Cleveland Browns this season? So it's curious to see what San Diego team is. This Kansas City team is riding high right now. My question to you is, we've seen this Kansas City team all year. They've been knocking on the door for several years. Andy Reid have them playing fantastic. My question to you is that can Alex Smith, who is probably one of the game's best game managers at the position, is Alex Smith capable as a starting quarterback in this league going out there and winning a game? That's the question. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't quite think so. But if it came down to where they needed their quarterback to win a game, it's Alex Smith, the guy for the job. That's where my concerns is drawn right there. I don't know if Alex Smith can win a game. And I think he has to beat a Big Ben. I think he has to beat Tom Brady. Because these guys can go out there and win a game. If they need to wake up their team or need to go out there and just get a touchdown, they can do it. Whether it's just 2 minutes before the half is over, 2 minutes at the end of a game, or just a drive to get the team motivated, get the team started, or to stop the bleeding from the opposing team. Can Alex Smith do that? I don't think so. However, this Kansas City team is loaded with a lot of talent. They're gelling, they have chemistry, and they're playing some sound ball. And Andy Reid is getting the most out of his players. So they still have something on the line. They have a chance to win the division, or they slide into, I believe, the fifth spot. So look for them to play hard this week. New England goes into Miami. Miami's winning 7 of the last 8. They lose their quarterback, and they still continue their winning ways. This one here, I'm sure they're going to come and play very hard as they try to get into the playoffs. I think it's the first time in 8 years. It's been a while since Miami's been there, so look for them to come out and try to be world beaters. Just look for that. So a couple of games on the line. Dallas has a meaningless game against Philadelphia. It's on the road. I wonder if they play Dak. Do they play Elliott? What do they do? I think they play him for at least half, the first half. And the reason why is this, man. I'm a firm believer of this. I don't know if you guys heard me say this on the show or not, but I'm a firm believer of this. Sometimes momentum can outweigh talent. When you have that first round bye, all right, when the season ends, you don't play for 2 weeks. If you don't play in that last game, you don't play for 3 weeks. Yeah, the sweat is dry. The sweat is dry. 3 weeks is a long time. You could be out of rhythm. No matter how much you practice, your rhythm is in games. It comes from being in games. Practices, especially today in the NFL, practices is not like they used to be. They're far from a game. I say play these guys at least half a game. Let them break a sweat. Let them just have their rhythm. And then in the second half, you put in the practice squad or whatever, the third stringers, whatever. But I do think you let them get a little rhythm. You do want to avoid injury, but you want them to keep the rhythm. But I think Philly wins that game. Hey, listen, I think Philly wins that game. Cowboys finish at 13-3. That's just my gut feeling on that. So you have that game. For the most part, I think that's all the meaningful games out there. You got the Jets playing Buffalo, looks like for the Toilet Bowl. A couple of days ago, it was called the Hot Seat Bowl, where Rex Ryan already got fired. So it could be a wake-up call to Todd Bowles. And here's the thing. I'm a Todd Bowles supporter, but if they let him go, I understand. Defense is your staple. This year, the defense was the worst defense I've seen the New York Jets play in several years. I don't even think I've ever seen the Jets defense play worse than this year. I'm being honest with you. I don't know when the last time the Jets defense was this bad. They were pretty bad. They never had they haven't had a quarterback, rusher, or sack person in years. It was always a cover sack. They were always able to stop the run. They always had a decent secondary in the last few years. Maybe even one of the better secondary. The Jets was getting burnt for deep passes. They weren't sacking nobody up front. It's just, what a horrible display of defense this year by a team that's supposed to be better on defense than offense. Just horrible. And you can't tell me that Eric Decker meant this much to the Jets offense. You can't tell me that. Is Eric Decker a great player, a very good player? Sure, he is. Is he needed? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did the Jets need him to win? Sure. Does it mean the Jets couldn't win without him? No. They could have won without him. But was he that important to the offense? Looks like he was. Or Fitzpatrick is just a fraud. A fraud. A journeyman that had a great season, that capitalized on a year where money was thrown around the quarterbacks when quarterbacks shouldn't get the money. We had a conversation about this a couple of episodes back. Quarterbacks getting money and they haven't even earned it. Look, Osweiler in Houston has been benched. He's getting $17 million a year. Getting benched. Jay Cutler getting double digits. Does he even play? Hurt or not? Fitzgerald, $11 million. Don't even have confidence. In himself. Money being thrown around. The quarterback in Jacksonville got a decent contract. What do you want, 3 games this year? Money being thrown around. Most of the quarterbacks out there is getting anywhere between $800,000 to $1,000,000 per game. Per game. Per game. Think about it. Are professional sports handing out money before the player actually earned it? Something to think about. Hey, it was a light night in the NBA last night. Not much to talk about. We'll get more into it tomorrow. But what a heartbreaking loss for the Lakers last night. These guys played well. Looked like they was trying to get back to some of the ways that they were playing early in the season. They seemed to be healthy once again. And came down to a final shot. Russell threw an air ball on him. He got caught with a little wrinkle. Utah put a 6'10" guy on him. Joe Ingles, by the way, who hit a clutch three-pointer with like 21 seconds to go in the game to give Utah the lead. But what a game it was. Lakers lost by 2 on their home court to Utah, which is a very, very good team. You know, I don't think they're a team that's automatic for the second round, but it's a very good team. And I tell you what, whoever plays them in the first round is going to have their hands full. And I'm going to tell you something. You know, Dame Lillard did not make the All-Star team last year. And he's probably the best player not to make the All-Star team last year. But the second best player in the league to not make the All-Star team last year, who's going to be one of the most sought-after free agents at the end of the season, and they're either going to have to open up the vault to pay him to stay, or this guy is probably headed out east into the northeast. That's Gordon Hayward. He put up 31 points last night. You know, he had a play, a dunk, that just had me screaming at the TV like, oh! This guy, Gordon Hayward, he comes to play. You know, he's not big in stature. He didn't come from a big-time program other than the fact that he came from Butler University and he shot up a half-court shot with the seconds running out in the game that hit off the backboard and bounced off the rim that could have propelled them to victory over Duke. That's all he did. He nearly made the shot. This guy's a sound player. And if Utah doesn't secure him, there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to wind up in Boston with his former head coach in college, Brad Stevens. And what a fit he would be playing with Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford. I would trade for him right now if I'm Boston. I would trade for him. Because if they have plans to sign him in the offseason, the youngster Jaylen Brown doesn't have an opportunity to play there. Because Jay Crowder is either going to slide to the 4 or he's going to be the first one to come off the bench playing small forward. If I'm Boston, I would trade for that guy right now. You have draft picks, you have Jaylen Brown, you have some other players you can give up. I would trade for him right now. If there was any indication that he's not going to re-sign in Utah or Utah is not willing to give him a max contract, because I don't think he's a max player. But if he's going to stay in Utah, he's going to use the ability to get a max contract as leverage to stay there. I would trade for him. This guy can play. This guy can play, and he hasn't played with a guy like Isaiah Thomas. And to have Avery Bradley, who sneakily, or surprisingly, or is getting better on offense, that 1, 2, 3 would be great. It would be great. So, Gordon Hayward, 31 points last night against the Lakers. Just an outstanding job as they hold off the Lakers on the road for a 2-point win. Just a great effort by both teams. Great game. Russell Westbrook continues to amaze us all. Another triple-double as they are on the road against Miami. No contest there. I think it's 29, 17, and 11. It's just phenomenal numbers, man. Has anybody been more consistent than this guy? I think this is like his 15, 16 triple-double of the season. Just phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Well, that's going to do it for today's edition of Chopping It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Keep in mind, you guys can follow me on YouTube. Just go to Troy Ramel Royal, and you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Chopping It Up with Ramel. That's ChoppinItUpWITHRAMEL. Chopping It Up with Ramel. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in once again. And as I always close, I'll see you guys in 24. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a great day. Chopping it up with Ramel. Chop, chop.